of patience in long-term investment. Hello, Hello lovely viewers. My name is Antoaneta and I welcome you once again to watch this informative video centered on wealth creation. What is wealth creation? It is a goal of every potential investor that ventures into any investment. The investment road doesn't offer a jolly ride all the way, but there are benefits of those who persevered until the end. Patience is one of the many features, probably the most essential element that any potential or already participating investor should have. Have you ever wondered how business people make it so big in businesses and investments? Or why they seem not to be having losses if you view them from a distance? Or how they know when to invest and when not to invest? And why do they prefer to keep these timings to themselves? Well, I created this video so I can tell you that making investments and getting high returns is not black magic or anything extraordinary. This is what I was thinking before I learned how to do it. It simply boils down to self-discipline and a huge patience. In this video, I'll share my ideas on what I mean by that. Let me paint a great picture here. First, as a young investor with lots of cash, you want to venture into an investment and you do your quick surveys and estimates. The results are right, the prices are low and the sales high, so you're very optimistic. So, you venture into the trade, put in a lot of money into the investment, and suddenly there is a turn of fortunes. There is an adverse change in the prices and sales, and you see years of savings going down the drain. What would be your first instinct? Is it to sell the shares, properties, or are you overwhelmed with the thought that it is over? Or would you prefer to wait a little longer? Study the chances, maybe invest a little more and see your fortunes turn green again? Let me give a real life instance here. Back in 2007, I acquired a property when prices looked very low. The acquisition proved to be an intelligent investment at the time, and I felt proud that I was finally becoming a smart investor. This was my very first investment property. Then, all of a sudden, the following 2 years saw a drop in the price of properties. I was caught between cutting my losses and selling the property, or holding on and hoping the prices would stabilize again. After much consideration, I held on to the property and behold, in 2013, the prices became stable again and I got the reward of my patience. The stock market is a bit different, but it's very similar. The stock market circuit breaker, what does it mean? Having control of stock market trades may prove a little complicated. Hence the concept of stock market circuit breaker. The stock market circuit breaker temporarily stops trade transactions when unavoidable loss is experienced. This loss is percentage could be set to any number. Take for example a stock market circuit breaker is set at 10%. This simply means that when market prices drop by 10%, trade transactions are temporarily stopped to give the investor a break of, say, 15 minutes. This time is given for the investor to re-evaluate the market situation. After 15 minutes, trades continue. It can then be set to 13%, and if market prices reach that low, the break reoccurs. Then the last breaker could be set at 20%, at which point trades should close for the day. This is an example of the principle in which stock market circuit breakers work. As it were nothing that there was a rare case called flash crash, where millions were lost in a matter of minutes, and even stock market circuit breakers couldn't do nothing about it. Using the stock market, for example, I can say with some level of clarity that the worst may have already happened and it will take a while to see worse than we have already seen. I started investing in stocks when things were not so great, and my patience and perseverance me to the successful point I'm today. Obviously, now we know the market crash and it's been a month, but it will recover, and I really believe in that because there is a proof how this happened. I joined the stock market in December 2018. Then I bought shares in Apple and Tesla when the market prices were very down like 10-15%. And I took more than a year of trading, but I was able to turn my initial investment from 10,000 to 20,000 pounds. I should also talk about emergency funds. These are funds you should keep for rainy days, and they can be beneficial in those days. So, beef up the emergency funds account as much as you can. If you have a good job and have suitable investment going for you and also have a fat emergency funds account, I can confidently say you are fortunate. So I suggest you make the most of it. If you do not have, I suggest you start working towards by cutting off unnecessary spending, working on your emergency funds account and tracking your investments. Seeing families and friends struggle was a wake-up call to proactivity for me, so I learned the culture of saving and investing since I was young, very young. I may say like 10 years old. Nobody has any idea when or not the stock market or investment prices will crash or stabilize. So it's my advice not to press the panic button just said you cannot time the market. You should not listen to just about every recommendation that comes your way. Most times, if you cannot predict the market or investment turns, it's better to hold on until things start getting better. Those who exercise this level of patience and invested as normal overcome trying times and came out on the top. Self-doubt and second-guessing can make it impossible to invest, so you need to make a choice and stick to it, especially when unemployment goes up, prices and profits come down, and jobs are harder to come by. Having talked about the benefits of patience in investments, it's safe to say that stock market and other investment should be seen as long-term. Only think about long-term. Don't think short-term. Think 5, 10 years. Like a wise investor once said, be greedy when others are fearful and be fearful when others are greedy. If you love this post and want to know more about investments, please subscribe to my channel, like and share my videos, and most importantly, drop me your views and comments in our comment box. I would love to hear from you. Subscribe to my channel. My videos about business, investments and health. This is my passions. So I'd love to hear from you. Till next time, stay green and motivated.